Matt Hughes will be ready, as will George St. Pierre, Chuck Liddell, Vanderlei Silva in the light heavyweight division. And speaking of light heavyweights, a native of Cameroon, Sokoudjou, considers his fighting style jungle fighting. The quickly rising star is set to make his UFC debut against unbeaten Lyoto Machida. With 2 wins over top 10 light heavyweights already in 2007, Sokoudjou has been a one-man wrecking crew. Unbeaten Lyoto Machida has no intentions of being the next man on the African Assassin's highlight reel, and he plans on rudely welcoming Sokoudjou to the UFC tonight.
Winning my UFC debut tonight would be great, and giving Machida his first loss would be even sweeter.
Sokoudjou may want to say that he's going to give me my first loss, but that's very difficult to say before the fight. We'll see tonight.
A highly regarded judoka who won the 2001 U.S. Open, Sokoudjou was fairly unknown in the fight world until 2007 when he knocked out world-class light heavyweights Antonio Rogerio Nogueira and Ricardo Arona in consecutive pride bouts, with neither fight making it out of the second minute. Just 23 years old, Sokoudjou comes to the octagon with great potential and even greater expectations.
I'm not here to showcase. I'm here to put up a good fight, go home with the win. Jungle fight will just do whatever it takes.
Unbeaten in 11 pro fights, Brazil's Lyoto Machida is one of the most accurate and technical strikers in the game today. Machida entered the octagon for the first time in February of 2007 and has since defeated Sam Hoger, David Heath, and Kazuhira Nakamura.
Just being my 4th victory after tonight, I believe that I'm ready for a title shot. I want the belt.
Good luck to him, because tonight I don't plan on losing.
Wow. Oh, man. That's actually usually your word, sorry.
He comes in with a Predator mask on, and, you know, how appropriate. Because if you watch this guy's fighting style, he is like a Predator. Seeing him fight in Pride, he's got shocking power. He just demolished Ricardo Arona while Ricardo Arona was grabbing a hold of a single. Ricardo got a hold of Sokoudjou's leg, and just the hammer fist alone from that position, from the standing position, had Ricardo out. He was in deep trouble. He let go of it. Sokoudjou caught him with a huge uppercut, rocked him, sent him back on his ass, and Sokoudjou finished up the fight. He's a very powerful guy, really, really explosive. And Ryan Parsons, who is the head trainer over Team Quest in Temecula, has said that he thinks that Sokoudjou is the best 205-pounder in the world. It's just a matter of time before everybody else figures it out. He thinks that he can beat anybody in the world at this weight class.
I talked to Dan Henderson about not only Sokoudjou, but some of his young fighters getting their UFC debuts here this evening at UFC 79, and he said, I am excited about their opportunity. I hope they're ready mentally, but skill-wise, all of these men, and Sokoudjou at the top of the list of the guys at Team Quest right now under Dan Henderson and Ryan Parsons' guidance. This man has the skills to, as you said, dominate inside the octagon.
Well, Ryan Parsons is not an exaggerator. I mean, what he says, in my opinion, is gospel. And when he talks about this guy in training, he says, literally, it's like a man against boys. And he just tosses people around, and his power and everything. He's just, all he ever says about him is this guy is so good. But he's got a very difficult task against him tonight, because Lyoto Machida is the type of guy that can make a powerful guy look awkward and silly. Lyoto is a very interesting fighter to watch because he's very elusive, and that is the perfect combination to go up against a guy like Sokoudjou.
He better be elusive tonight. Lyoto Machida, born and raised in Brazil. Proud to say that he just received his black belt 2 months ago. He's got lots of grappling, lots of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And Joe, as you pointed out a moment ago, what he might be best at is dictating the pace of the fight.
Yes, he's, as I said before, he's very elusive, and it's an unusual style. The way he throws his kicks is not what we're used to seeing in MMA, which is Muay Thai. We're used to seeing those type of leg kicks. The difference is he throws his kicks without like any telegraphing. He doesn't step and then throw them. He's very elusive, very quick, and he's very good at striking and at getting out of range. He's very good at also dictating where the fight takes place, whether he decides that it's going to be on the ground or that he decides to be standing up. The big question, can he deal with the judo of Sokoudjou? Can he deal with the athletic explosiveness and the striking and the physical power of the big man from Africa?
Machida, 11-0 in his mixed martial arts career, 3-0 inside the octagon. His father, a karate master, as we've mentioned in his previous fights. Thus, Lyoto Machida started training in karate at just the tender age of 3. He is well decorated in that skill and continues to just get better as a mixed martial artist. And also adding to that, with his striking, he gets to train with Anderson Silva.
This is a massive test for him, though. This is a completely different type of fighter. Like I said before, you saw in the highlight clips of Sokoudjou, but until you've actually seen him fight, it's shocking. He's an unusual specimen, and that is for sure.
Sokoudjou, coming off those huge knockouts in Pride, we welcome him to the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight matchup is brought to you by Harley-Davidson, the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon. Lyoto Machida, the native of Brazil, 29 years old, 6 years the elder of the native of Cameroon. Sokoudjou weighed in at 205, Machida 204. Sokoudjou will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Once again with our official introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 4 wins with 1 loss. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 205 pounds, fighting out of Temecula, California, the African Assassin, Sokoudjou. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a karate fighter who holds a perfect professional record of 11 wins with no losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 204 pounds. Fighting out of Belém, Brazil, Lyoto, the Dragon Machida. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Mario Yamasaki.
Mario Yamasaki, our referee. The beautiful Edith signifies the start of the light heavyweight matchup, which features the debut inside the octagon of Sokoudjou taking on that man, Lyoto
Here we go, first
Machida.
round, you ready? You ready? Let's do it!
Here we go! You know, it's almost like Joe right now, because this man is so highly touted, you almost want to just sit back and watch Sokoudjou and soak it in. Catches a quick jab.
That was a straight left.
Yeah, it was, pardon me.
Machida, this is what he wants. He wants to just move in and lunge forward with punches and then get out.
High kick by Sokoudjou. Oh, big punch. Big right hand by Sokoudjou.
Clinch by Machida, takedown by Sokoudjou. And a sweep by Machida. He's looking for a Kimura.
Straight left by Machida, then a big right by Sokoudjou. Now they work to the ground.
Machida on top, controlling Sokoudjou in the half guard.
Joe, and as you pointed out many times, technique can overcome strength.
Absolutely, but you know what? Sokoudjou's got some great technique as well. I'm sure he's not too used to being on his back, nor did he probably expect to be on his back much against Machida.
Machida, very relaxed right now, trying to get himself to a more dominant position. Machida trying to work the right arm of Sokoudjou.
He's got the Kimura locked up. He's turning into an inverted armbar.
Half guard, for Lyoto Machida.
Sokoudjou looks calm under there.
Sokoudjou training with Dan Henderson. He's had to been put through the ranks and put through the works. That's for certain, preparing for this big night tonight, the African Assassin. But early Machida looks good.
Now Machida's stuck in Sokoudjou's half guard, but you can finish the Kimura in half guard. Matt Hughes finished Joe Riggs from that position. He's lost it now. Now he's just got head and arm control, and he's going to try to pass. What he's going to try to do is use that foot that he's pushing down on Machida's, or Sokoudjou's thigh, and get his left leg out. He's softening him up with some punches. And as soon as he feels an opening, he's going to press down with his right leg. See, he's got his right instep on Sokoudjou's thigh, and he's going to try to pop his left leg out from in between Sokoudjou's legs. You see that foot placed there on the thigh? That's what that's for.
Sokoudjou has truly gone through the tortures of training at Team Quest, but he's been more than willing to pay that price. Almost represented his home country in the 2004 Olympics in judo.
The real question, Mike, is how much training has he put in on his back?
Right.
Because, I mean, he's right now in this position, he's not looking to sweep. He hasn't been looking to grab control of Lyoto's body and try to roll him. He's not doing much here. He's just kind of holding this position. So he's trying to get a guillotine now. He's got a hold of Machida's neck.
90 seconds remains.
He looks a little lost under there.
On the same point, Joe, Machida is only doing virtually nothing, so they're going to stand him up.
Yeah. Stands him up, which is, you know, it's a little unusual because Machida was controlling it. He was controlling that position.
Tried to throw that straight left again. Sokoudjou.
Good body kick by Lyoto.
Was originally brought in by Dan Henderson to help Henderson train for a fight against Nakamura. And I guess the rest is history. They liked him, they kept him, and now Sokoudjou looking to create his own legacy. 40 seconds left in the first round. With the control by Machida. The first round certainly appears to be his. With 25 seconds still on the clock, where anything can happen.
By Sokoudjou.
Good takedown indeed. Sokoudjou trying to change the mind of the judges. Steal back this round. Sokoudjou with some strikes. The body clinch.
Lyoto has done a great job of avoiding damage, though. Even though Sokoudjou is throwing all these bombs inside, Lyoto has done a great job of closing the distance when necessary and moving outside when necessary. Now here's the takedown. Beautiful sweep, bang, gets him down. Now, as soon as he does that trip, Lyoto sweeps him, gets on top, and that was most of the first round. Elbows to the side.
You know, Joe, one comment you made in the first round was that Sokoudjou looked almost confused and out of it, but the one thing we have to consider is there's a lot of pressure on this young man. He's 23 years old, and we've talked about it many times. Octagon jitters do truly exist.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, this is a huge event for him. He was, you know, originally supposed to be fighting in another organization in Japan, and they decided to not take that contract, take the contract in the UFC. A lot more pressure, a lot more people watching. And against, like we said, a very elusive opponent with a lot of experience. You got to look at what Sokoudjou has is a 4-1 mixed martial arts record. Only 5 bouts so far.
The left worked early for Machida in round 1. That straight left. High kick. Wow.
Nice kick by Machida.
Yeah, that had a little sting to it.
Sokoudjou.
Sokoudjou keeping those hands up. UFC 79 nemesis.
Nice inside leg kick. Excuse me, outside leg kick.
Second fight of this historic night. Right hand by Sokoudjou. See if Sokoudjou tries to push the pace a little bit.
Machida is such a technician. You know, it's so interesting to watch him fight because he's constantly setting things up. Instead of just relying on explosiveness and charging in, he's always looking to counter. He's always looking to feint in one direction and redirect him to another way.
He's fast, he's accurate, and he is defensive in a lot of ways.
He's a very unusual guy to prepare for because there's not a whole lot of guys you can get that are training partners that have this type of ability.
Hey, log on to 80.ufc.com for more information on UFC 80 Rapid Fire. Looking for the head kick again, Sokoudjou.
And out of the way immediately.
Machida appears to be very relaxed in the stand-up game as well against Sokoudjou. Oh, good strike, straight kick.
Well, what's going on right now is Sokoudjou is waiting for him, which is never good. He's a little confused by Machida's style, and he's starting to get mesmerized.
But, Joe, as you pointed out, a lot of people...
He got caught. Sokoudjou got caught.
And now Machida trying to take advantage. A lot of people confused by Machida's...
He's in a lot of trouble here.
...assault and his style. And he's scoring big points again here in round 2.
Machida's passing here. He's in half guard.
Joe, what is it that is so confusing to the opponents of Lyoto Machida?
He's got excellent timing. I mean, he's a very intelligent guy, and his timing is awesome. And it's that style. He's got this karate style. It's just a very different style than, you know, the brawling Muay Thai style. He's trying for an arm triangle on Sokoudjou's right arm. You see how he's got it trapped against his neck and his head? As soon as he gets his leg out of there, he's got it. He's got his leg out. Sokoudjou's in a lot of trouble. Okay, now he's moved to the mount position. He lost the arm triangle, but got a much more dominant position.
And plenty of time for which to work. Still 2 minutes remaining in the round.
Sokoudjou is getting owned in this fight. He has got to do something.
Wins over B.J. Penn, Stephen Bonner, Vernon White, the first ever to defeat Rich Franklin, Lyoto Machida.
He's going for the arm triangle again, but this time he's mounted.
Sokoudjou escapes, at least for now.
Yes, he escapes, but he's still on the bottom.
Some
again,
shots
those
to the thigh area.
Thigh.
The IT band.
I mean, if you saw the fights that Sokoudjou had in Japan, and then you saw this fight, you wouldn't believe it. I mean, he's getting really, really dominated.
By truly kind of the master plan of Machida.
Joe Silva just handed me a note that says this ain't Japan. And it is true. I mean, this is the most talent-rich pool of fighters in the world, and this 205-pound division is very, very deep. Machida again trying for that arm triangle. And he's out now. Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
45 seconds remains. Plenty of time.
Sokoudjou's going to sleep.
And it is all over. Lyoto Machida remains unbeaten.
What a very impressive, dominant performance from Lyoto Machida. Technique over strength. Tactics over aggression. Wow. Huge win for Machida. On the international scale, this guy was so highly touted coming into this fight. And he had nothing to offer for Machida. Let's take a look at it again. Here it is. He's got the arm triangle. And as soon as that arm is trapped up against the neck, what Machida wants to do is get that right leg free. So he closes his hands together, gets that grip, pops that leg out, and he turns like a clock, putting all that pressure against Sokoudjou's neck on both sides, forcing him to tap or go to sleep. Huge win for Lyoto Machida.
And the reaction of the victor, Lyoto Machida. He's 4-0 inside the octagon, 12-0 overall, and he absolutely, as Joe pointed out, dominated Sokoudjou here tonight. With the official decision, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes 20 seconds of round number 2, declaring the winner by tap out due to an arm triangle, Lyoto the Dragon Machida.
Impressive. Here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Lyoto Machida, and his translator, Ed Soares. Now, Lyoto, coming into this fight, Sokoudjou was very highly touted internationally. You completely dominated him in all aspects of this fight. Did you expect that?
Entrando nessa luta, todo mundo estava esperando que ele é lutador muito completo, que estava dominando todo mundo. Mas você dominou essa luta do começo até o fim. Você pensava que ia ser assim?
Eu acreditei sempre do início ao fim que eu ia vencer essa luta, porque treinei muito e vou daqui para frente cada vez mais melhorar.
He said he knew from the beginning he was going to win his fight. He trained really hard, and he's only going to be improving.
Lyoto, take a look at the Mickey's replay and talk us through some of the action here. It seemed like once you got him on the ground, you completely dominated him.
Pareceu quando você levou ele para o chão, você dominou ele no chão.
Agora peguei a faixa preta de jiu-jitsu há 2 meses com o professor Della Riva, então o Broca lá de Belém, o Nino, e isso me fez crescer muito na parte de chão. Eu gostaria de dizer que Sokoudjou é um atleta muito forte, mas que ele precisa treinar o karatê, voltar e treinar o karatê na selva, não o kung fu.
He said he's been training really hard on the ground. He just got his black belt, and that Nino Chambry's been training with him, and he's been really helping him. Broca, which is a training partner in Belém, where he lives, has been training with him. So he's really prepared for this fight. And before the fight, Sokoudjou said that he was training kung fu in the jungle, and he says maybe he should go back to training karate in the jungle.
This was a highly respected opponent. A big victory over this guy has got to move you up in the rankings. Where do you feel you stand in the 205-pound division now?
Aonde você sente que você está na categoria 205 agora?
Agora eu acho que eu estou pronto para disputar um cinturão, porque eu já fui o assassino do Alasca, o assassino da África. Eu não sei que assassino agora eu tenho que bater para poder pegar esse cinturão.
He says he feels he's ready for the belt now. He's beat the Alaskan assassin, now the African assassin. What other assassin is there?
We look forward to seeing you again. Lyoto Machida, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know what other assassin there is. I don't know. There's a rampage, though. Lyoto Machida, the victor here tonight. There's Anderson Silva, his training partner, and obviously a disheartened